Peace. This is a Meat and Potato social production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is always remember the whack you. Do you remember a time before you got into spirituality, how whack you were, and your whackness was tolerated but never celebrated? Well, it's key that you always remember where you came from because it's so easy to go back. Remember when you were Bible thumping or you were doing salat and pretty much anything that had anything to do with the occult, you stayed as far away as you could from it. Remember when you lacked confidence? Remember when you were staying with family members and they either could absorb all your check or you would be at a homeless shelter? It's key that you remember when you were whacked, when you lacked confidence. It's not saying that it was never there, but it was sorely misplaced. Because as you evolve, you have to remember this. And I'm going to use this example. I don't know if people have looked at the Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney Plus, but here's something in the exchange between the second battle between Obi-Wan and a much older Vader. And Vader had told Obi-Wan, "You are not responsible for my failure. You didn't kill Anakin, I did." Which would suggest to those who know anything about psychology and mental illness that Anakin suffered, along with abandonment issues, he suffered dissociative identity disorder, or being schizophrenic, basically. So when you remember your whackness, you don't create this alter ego where you just run amok. And it's very important, and I tell my students this, especially members of the Order of the Red Dragon, where people say when all the hardship and trauma that they went through is that, well, mentor, that's easier said than done. I don't teach my students that. I teach them it is done easier than said, because when you program your mind, you program your subconscious, and then the body has no choice but to obey. So look at it, and look at it with a smile, as I would say. And you have to do this because how many times have you went in the store and you just got to say to yourself, wow, you remind me of the Wack me, where you see more and more people from the ages of 12, I don't know, maybe to 45 or 50, wearing clogs with shorts and jeans. They're just wearing them. Clogs are used in the medical profession because they're comfortable. But yet they took something that is whack and it has become pervasive. So always remember that time, be patient, and even when you hear the most inane conversation, no matter how asinine it is or silly, remember it with a smile, because you're on this journey. And the past me, if I was to see him and encounter him, and I have, using time magic, I said to him, "Do you have any idea what I've become?" You know, every now and again, take out a picture when you were whack, when you dress whack, where the women that you talked to weren't attractive, or the men that you talked to weren't attractive. Keep at least one picture. You can get rid of the rest of the evidence, but at least keep one. Because in embracing that whackness and remembering it, then you will play a pivotal role of never returning to that era or that particular time. Because some people, when they abandon spirituality and magic, they go right back to the start. I've seen it. People leave this, go right back to the church. People leave this, and then they talk about the 42 confessions of the Egyptians and barely could get one or two of the confessions correct. So I've seen that. So always remember the days that you were whack. Always. And sometimes be able to see others that have that trait of whackness in them, and don't detest them for it. Just look at them and be like, I remember that. One day if I'm around, hopefully I can help you and assist you in your journey in discovering your individual greatness that will lead to the path of your metaphysical restoration. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.